Hey guys, I've come to the plot today, day after the general election. Not quite sure what's going to happen with the old hung parliament stuff, but who cares? We're gardeners. Let's get cracking. Right, look at that sky. Now, that is what we call summer here in Lancashire. It's probably going to rain, and here's me wearing a t-shirt, but you know what, every time the sky's like that, if I thought, oh, I'm not going to do any gardening because it looks like it's going to rain, I'd never get anything done. So what I'm going to do today is, one of my last videos I was asking you guys about Jerusalem artichoke and what the small plants look like in this bed here that's full of weeds. So looking at your comments, I reckon that is one of my Jerusalem artichoke plants. So I'm going to weed out anything that doesn't look like that. Now, a lot of the stuff I only know what it is, but we just wanted to leave it and be careful around these emerging plants until we were sure what was what. So that's what my main task today is, going to weed out this bed of the Jerusalem artichokes, and also for the first time ever, I think, I'm going to be doing it wearing gardening gloves. I don't normally wear gloves. I like the, even though it absolutely destroys my fingernails and makes me look like I haven't washed for 4 years, I like the feel. I like to be able to feel what I'm doing when I'm pulling out weeds and working with the soil. But I'm going to wear gloves today. I got them off the front of a well-known magazine. Those of you that garden in the UK, you'll have probably seen it in newsagents and what have you. So yeah, I'll let you know how I get on with the weed bed, artichoke bed, and I'll also let you know how I get on with the gloves. Do any of you guys wear gloves? Do you wear them religiously, or only if you're doing like a really filthy job, like, I don't know, something to do with horse manure? Leave a comment, let me know. Right, I'll see you in a bit, guys. This is almost a complete before shot. I've just done a little with the gloves on, but do you know what, I don't like them. So I've taken the gloves off, so I'll do a before and after. That is what we think. Going off your comments in the last video, guys, that's what we think's the artichoke. It's got a bit of a hairy stem as well, and it looks quite sunflower-esque, if that's a word. So that's what I'm looking for. There's about 6 of them in here somewhere, if they've all sprouted. Right, before, come back for the after. I've stopped halfway through weeding the Jerusalem artichoke bed, because I'll be honest, it was proper getting boring. So a little job just to break things up. I've stopped for 5 minutes and I'm going to do this instead. Now, these chives, they have flowered. The flowers are starting to turn now. Some of them are starting to go to seed. They're losing the gorgeousness. So if you look on here, there's another patch of chives. You can see the difference. They're a lot more younger and fresher, and the flowers there's got more zip in them. But these are getting a bit washed out now. So there's a thing we can do called the Chelsea chop. It's called Chelsea because it's normally done after the Chelsea flower show, and you literally just cut things down like chives to a couple of inches above ground level, and what that'll do is it gets rid of the old growth and it'll stimulate new growth. It does look a bit brutal, I've got to be honest, and when our Claire finds out I've done this, when she spots it, she's probably going to tell me off. But patience, young Jedi and all that, they will grow back throughout the summer. So it's not just chives you can do it with, it's all kinds of your herbaceous things, really. Things that die back over winter and start growing again in spring. Around about mid to late May, early June, if you cut them down to a few inches above ground level, for things like chives, bigger stuff, if you cut it to about half, it will promote new growth and new flowers as well. Now, I'm not going to completely cut this patch down because I'm going to leave some of them flowers up for the bees, because they are still being foraged by the bees, but I will certainly cut about half of it back down to ground level. Right, I better get back to the weeding. So I finished weeding the Jerusalem artichoke bed, and there is one plant out of 6 that we stuck in here that I think is a Jerusalem artichoke. Well, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Right, all is not lost. If that is a Jerusalem artichoke plant, and if that is all we get growing in this bed this year, well, I hedge my bets, so to speak. I've also got 3 in a little bed that's near the pond here on the allotment, and there's I've had a look over there this morning, and there's at least 1 that looks the same as that plant there, so we should get some in that one. And also I've got 1 tuber planted in a tyre at home. There's nothing showing above ground yet, but about a week ago I did have a little dig around and a look under the soil, and there is signs of life down there. It's got roots and some white shoots coming off which are pointing skyward, so we should get something from that plant that's at home. And this plant here, you can get about roughly up to 20 tubers from 1 Jerusalem artichoke plant. So all I need to do is keep 4 or 5 of them back later on in the year when we harvest them. Keep those back, put them back in the soil and in this bed, and they will grow next spring. So we can replenish our stock that way. So all's not lost. It's not the end of the world. Please subscribe for more free gardening related videos.